Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Ask Grant. I'm your host, Grant. You may have guessed. Thanks for sending me in all these awesome questions. I've got a ton of questions to answer, and it's actually been pretty thought-provoking, some of them. I'm really looking forward to answering a lot of these questions. Some people are even starting to get impatient. I'm looking at you, Mom, about when their questions are going to be answered. I will get to them. It's just taking some time to actually sit down and make the video and come up with all the research and the thought that I want to put into it. I don't want to just be like, no, yes. I don't want to give very simple one-word answers, so that's where we're at now. So let's jump right into it. Today's question comes from thebexperson on YouTube. And the thebexperson says, what's your favorite thing to cook and what's your favorite thing to bring to lunch? Conveniently, they're both the same thing. I mentioned in a previous video that I love to cook, and my favorite thing to cook, and kind of what people know me by, or at least I like to think they know me by it, is jambalaya. And I'm going to do a quick version of jambalaya today, the kind of simple version. Sometimes I go a little bit more out and put more stuff into it, but this is the quick and simple version. So let's get right to it. Alright, we're going to start with the produce and veggies. So first thing you're going to need is a green bell pepper, then some sweet peppers, and some spicy peppers, in this case cubanelle and jalapeno. Then an onion, any type of onion is fine, some garlic cloves, some celery stalks, some tomatoes. Tomatoes are optional, but I like them. Shallots, also optional. I happen to have some, so I was like, sure, why not? Let's throw them in there. So take the green bell pepper first and make it look like this. Chop it up, dice it up, whatever you want to say. Here's the sweet peppers. Those are a little finer usually. Celery, also kind of fine. You're going to take the shallots, make them pretty small. With the jalapeno, we don't want it super spicy, so go ahead and take out the seeds. Then chop that up and make it kind of small too. We're going to want it to have just a little bit of a kick, but not really spicy. And make the onion look like this, make the garlic look like this, and when you're done you should have a pile of stuff that looks like this. Now for the meat, I usually like to use this kind of sausage. I like it, but any kind of sausage will work fine. Pretty much make it look like this, dice it up, however you want to do. You can make them bigger or smaller. Then you get a pot, throw some butter in it. That's like, I don't know, 1-2 tablespoons. Once you get a nice sizzle going, throw the meat in there and start it cooking. Okay, a word about seasonings here, because when I'm making jambalaya, I really like to use this stuff, but sometimes I'm out of it. One time I was out and I looked at the bottle and saw the ingredients in it, and I decided to just improvise. So if you don't want to go to the store to get this, they sell it at most grocery stores. Then you can just add some paprika, some cumin, and some chili powder, and that's pretty much it. That gets you pretty close. And then of course you always want to put, some salt and some pepper. I don't really measure things, so I can't really tell you how much to put. So just salt to taste, I guess. I don't know, the other things, maybe a teaspoon. I don't know. I don't really measure, so sorry. So once you got your sausage all seasoned up, you're going to give it about 5 minutes till it starts to get nice and brown like this. Then you're going to go ahead and add the veggies, except for the tomatoes, because they come at the end. Now give those about 4 or 5 minutes until they start looking nice and sauteed and it starts smelling amazing. You'll know. Then you go ahead and add kidney beans. I like to use dark red kidney beans, but I happen to have only just regular old red kidney beans, so I added those instead. After the beans have had about 4 or 5 minutes to do their thing in there, then it's about time to start adding the rice. Now as far as rice go, I usually use about a cup. I kind of like to keep my jambalaya not too heavy on rice, so you can use more or less. In this case I use basmati rice, but you can pretty much use whatever, white rice, brown rice. This part really has no purpose, I just like the way it looks, so I put it in there. So toss in the rice, the amount of water that your rice needs, stir it up, and once it comes to a nice boil, then you're going to go ahead and cover it and let it cook for a little while. Now that your rice is done cooking, your jambalaya is pretty much done. Now's the time when you would go ahead and add the tomatoes if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those bad boys in there. I can't see them, but I assure you they're in there. Go ahead and put it on a bowl, and I actually like to top with a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese. We got some white cheddar cheese. I don't know why my hand looks so creepy in this, but that's how I like to serve it. Alright, so that's pretty much the quick and easy jambalaya. I made it for lunch today, and I ate that, and it was really good. Like I said, sometimes I go one step further. Maybe I'll cook up some shrimp and some garlic butter sauce, toss that in there, or maybe some boneless chicken. That's also really good. So, experiment with it, try it out, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear back from you if you hated it, loved it, thought it was awesome, thought it could use a tweak. If you got suggestions for me, I would love to hear that stuff. So leave me a comment on YouTube, let me know what you thought. If you've got a question for me, as always, you can send it to me on Twitter, you can send it to me on Facebook, on Tumblr, you can even ask anonymously on Tumblr. YouTube's always a good place to ask. You can even email it to me. So whatever you want. That's it. Have a good one. Bye-bye!